indicator on this. Oh,
Hey, we're live.
and
2 seconds. 2, 1, go.
the broadcast
Hey, Rick,
is
hey, Bob.
live. Butterbean,
All right.
open us up, man. What are we doing tonight?
Hey, guys, I think we're down a co-host. Shawn's traveling again. He's doing his bodybuilding protein stuff, and I say we try to answer some questions because I know a lot of people have a lot of questions they want to know about us.
Okay. I didn't hear. Did you hear his message, or was it my connection,
No,
Rick?
yeah, I heard what being said. He said Shawn is traveling and
Okay.
doing his bodybuilding show in Hawaii. Shawn lives
Oh.
in Southern California. I live in Hawaii, and we've exchanged locations this week. So he's there. Bean was saying we could really take some time to answer comments and questions tonight, which I think is a great idea. But let's check in real quick, man. Tell me first, because I got the big mouth in the group. I'm here. Butterbean says it looks like I'm in a tent, and I am at the Mondrian Hotel on Sunset Boulevard, smack in the middle of the entertainment industry, and I've got my my Cameo sponsor suite here. It's pretty nice. And guys, I've been in LA for 5 days now. It's been a non-stop freaking party. Starting, boss, with a photo I think I sent you with Mark Coleman and Don Fry and Chuck Liddell. That party ended literally. People misuse the word literally all the time these days. You know that. They're like, oh my God, it literally took my head off. Well, if it did that, dude, you'd have no head, right? That's literally. I literally carried about a 280-pound Uncle Cracker out of this party at like 3 a.m. on my shoulders to put him in the car for the hotel. So,
and who was it?
Uncle Cracker, famous rock musician. It hasn't slowed down since, man. I've got 3 big parties still, including my birthday this weekend, which, boss, I hope to see you at.
Yeah, my wife and I are coming, so we both are coming.
Yes. Nice. Invitation
but we
finally
still
going
don't know
out
where
tonight.
it is. You have to send me the text.
I will. It's going out tonight. Mike D is saying his sister lives off Sunset and Cherokee. Well, Mike, if she's single and good looking, have her give me a call. Dude, I feel like ever since I got back to LA, I feel like a juvenile. My behavior has like gone back like 40 years. So I've got to go back to Hawaii, collect my dogs, and get my stuff together. Anyway, it's good to see you guys.
You moving back to the States, or you staying in Hawaii, Rick?
Oh, sorry. What's that?
Are you going to stay in Hawaii, or are you moving back?
No, I'm staying in Hawaii, man, for sure.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I like it there. You know, I think you've heard me say, like, my Saturday night date, my Friday night date is I have this nice house. I light all of these candles. I put the fireplace on. I open a nice glass of wine, put some nice music on, and I sit on the sofa with my pit bulls, and that's it. And it's like all I want to do these days. I'm happy with that. I am going to have to come out to LA more for this job, which is fine. Maybe 5 days a month. That's actually kind of nice. But living here again, no, thank you. Even where boss is, you know, north of here, it's nice. It's an enclave. It's almost like a town in a way. But to live like in Hollywood or Santa Monica,
no.
I'd say there's not enough money for that. No,
yeah, I used to live on Robertson and what is it? Robertson and Olympic Boulevard.
Yeah,
and right in the middle there, close to the hospital there, the Cedar Sinai, and I was very happy to leave there and go to this city because it's much better for me, and especially the person who I am. Because if I'm there, it's like the freaking you tie the mouse on the cheese, right? That's what they say in Holland. It's like you want to go out all the time. It's just it's not good.
It can suck you in pretty fast, man. There's no doubt about it. And I mean, I'm sitting here in my hotel room right now, like having a battle with this like tiny little bottle of Maker's Mark, trying to open it up. And I don't even know why that's suddenly become important. You know, it really is not. But,
well, you kicked the Kratom and all the other stuff last week, and now you got a new one, a new vice.
Well, yeah, I really don't drink much. Just, you know what, I got to tell you, with all the stuff I've done this week, I was really looking forward to talking to you guys tonight because it kind of like feels like home in a way, you know. So it seemed like a nice cocktail with it would be a perfect way to cap the evening. And
I'll start a good way. I start good off with you. Okay, so what I'm going to say is that you inspired me, Rick, last week. So me too. I'm completely stopped with the Kratom.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, I figured, you know what? It's like I was taking so little already, and I go, you know what? Let's go from like I did 2.5 or 2.25 teaspoons, and I said, all right, I'm just gonna go 1.5, see what happens. And I go, well, it's really not bad. I went to 1, and I felt a little bit uneasy, you know, in the stomach, but that's about it. And today I did 1/4. There's only no 1/8, 1/8.
Wow.
So
Good.
nothing, you know. So yeah, so I feel, and I'm feeling great. So yeah, I figured I'm going to do the same thing because I truly believe that you can see it. You know, I told you last week you're looking healthy, and I think it is that stuff. It really is. I think it is that stuff. You know, because you get hot from it right in the beginning. It does something to your body. It has to. You know,
It's not good for you. I think maybe talking tough, say no to kratom shirts are in our future. I have friends that will hate me because they sell kratom for a living, but oh well. Sorry guys. What can you say, right?
Yeah, the good thing is it was much easier to come off of than freaking OxyContins or Suboxone. I can tell you that. So but you need a strong will because you need to constantly have to say, okay, today I'm going to do 2, and even when you feel bad, you cannot do 2.5. You have to really make sure, and then it's easy if you do that. Much easier. It's never easy, but I almost had nothing. So, but I wasn't taking masses like you did.
Well, regardless, nothing. Wait, Bean, do you have a cat?
Yeah.
When the hell did you get a cat? Oh my
Well, I
god.
was walking the house, or driving in the house, and
You can look at the ass now.
and it wouldn't move. But now it won't leave me alone. I saved its life, and I wake up in the middle of the night, it's sleeping on my shoulder.
Man, Butterbean constantly surprises. Who would think that Butterbean would like make hand carved razors, right? And like make an industry of it. And now he's got a cat. It's like I can't even imagine what's next.
Terrible.
Oh, sure. Put it in the screen. Put it in the screen. Oh yeah, that's cute. That's cute. Look at that.
That's fantastic. I miss my dogs, guys. Oh my god, do I miss my dogs. So, boss, Bo True, who's probably our #1 fan, a moment ago said, "What? Boss quit kratom? Now I have to stop it as well." Isn't that great?
Boom, inspiring people. You know what it is? It's always what I said. You know, it's like I did, you know, with the Suboxone, that crushed completely my testosterone levels. Right? I told you about it. It was like 5. The doctors were like, there were 2 doctors. They were like, they never seen anything like it in their lives. They said women have 80. I don't know how do you get out of bed? I said, well, it's very hard to get out of bed. So they gave me testosterone, TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. But I did that, and I did that. And then also like 3 months ago, I go, you know what? I don't want to, you know, because I'm getting dependent on all that still. What if something bad happens in the world and I can't get it, right? So it's better to get off it now. So I went off of that stuff. And people say, oh, you're going to lose mass, you're going to do this. And I said, no, I don't, because I always look like this, even when I was never used, you know, and I'm looking exactly the same. I didn't lose 1 pound. Everybody goes like, well, dude, you look good. So it's all in the head, man. It's all in the head. And I figured, so I did that with that. And then I said, you know what, now I don't want to do this with credit. I just don't want to have anything. You know what, I even stopped. And I was already, if I have a cartridge, a vape pen cartridge, and I have 1 part of CBD and 1 part of THC, with that cartridge, I do 3 months to go to sleep. 3 months. My friends will smoke that thing in 1 night. So I take a very little, but still I have to travel to Europe and things like that. And if you bring it there, like if you go to Budapest, for instance, it's a felony thing if you go in there. So I just said, okay, I'm going to stop it as well. So I stopped, like you said, I just stopped everything, you know, and I'm completely, I don't have anything. That's it.
That's fantastic. That
So
is
you
so
wait
great.
till you run out, or do you just throw away what you got?
What do you mean? No, I still have it. It's laying here. I still have a whole bunch of kratom left. I mean, it's like it's just laying there. And listen, with kratom, it's the thing, right? It's like, because I don't like to drink anymore. You know, I'm not going to say that a bit of steak, I drink a glass of wine. I'll do that. You know, it's a good glass of wine. But I don't like to get drunk anymore. So if I have to go to a party now and I feel something, and this is not now, not on your party because it's too close to when I stopped, but like a month ahead, then I can say, okay, I take a teaspoon of kratom instead of the thing. But then it's only 1 night, and it's not the next day. It's just for that one time, so you're not drinking.
So, boss, can I answer this question? Thank you. Can I answer this question Vipul Doshi has put up? And his question is kratom okay for opiate withdrawals? And I'm no expert. I don't pretend to be an expert, but I do have an opinion, and it's this. No, it's not okay. And here's why. if you're going to get off opiates, do what Boss Rutan did and pare down. Lower your doses. You're taking 20 pills, go to 19, 19 to 18. You're on 4 right now, go to 3. Problem is, you go to Kratom, you're replacing one addiction with another. And if you're addicted to opiates right now, and I'm not accusing you, Vishal, of anything, because this is me, you probably have an addictive personality. So Kratom is not the answer, because it's just replacing one evil with another. So pare down, but do it slowly.
It is an opiate. It is an opiate also. My understanding.
It gives you the same feeling, pretty much as a Vicodin. But what I'm thinking though, and I truly believe that, I think the pills, I remember I had a moment, and I told this on the show, that I wrote 9 on the mirror with my wife's, pen for what they use for makeup, a 9. And because I was taking 9 Norcos a day, and I go, I'm not going to go above 9. Well, those 9 become 1080 milligrams of OxyContin, right? You keep growing. It's not, you cannot go to 8. It's somehow because a pill, an opiate, like a real opiate, I mean like a Norco, it goes hard and then it drops really hard. And in that drop, you want it back and you eat one again. Kratom has to go slower down. So it is easier to kick at least than it is this. Because like I said, I did less and less. I would do less and less with Kratom, but less and less with opiates. That didn't work for me. I had to do it cold turkey. And actually, when I did that, it didn't work. I tried a whole week. I was completely sick. Then my daughter had a birthday or something. I go, okay, I had to go back on that stuff. Then I started doing Suboxone. Way worse. That for 3.5 years I did that, because you're in that circle. You don't have to take more. It is so bad. It crushed everything.
I was in such pain one time. My brother gave me one of his Suboxone strips. I cut it up into six spots, 6 of them. And I tried 1/6 of it, and it messed me up so bad I wouldn't even go near the stuff. I guess I'm just a lightweight though. But with Kratom, I've lowered my dosage. I was taking 2.5 heaping teaspoons, like full teaspoons. Like, well, no, it'd be 3 teaspoons heaping, so probably equivalent to 6 teaspoons at a time, which is a lot.
That's a lot. Wow. Well, we've all been there, man. There's no doubt about it, and we're getting a lot of comments.
It's crazy. I read another one.
I don't take it as often either.
Good.
Hey, Paul, what was that message that you did with the Suboxone just before? Okay, you pointed out the stuff is fentanyl, so now I get a Suboxone after 24 hours. Suboxone, the thing that I say with people, I took it too early. I took it too soon. Like 12 hours or 13 hours, I read only 1 page, and it said, but for the amount that I was taking, I should have waited like 18, 20 hours at least. And what that happens once you do that, it throws you from 0 into a full detox. And that was the wildest experience I've ever had in my life. So for people who are kicking opiates and do it with Suboxone, wait freaking 20 hours. And I know you're shaking and you really want to take it. Do not do it too soon, because the second time I did it, I waited 24 and I was having a hard time. But I did not want to have that experience. It was like an evil thing in my body. I told you, my goosebumps were, my skin looked like a lizard. My hairs were sticking straight up. It was the weirdest thing. I started smoking cigarettes. I go, I never smoke. I couldn't handle myself. Tears in my eyes. I wasn't crying. It was just tears going over my face. It freaked me out, man. It's a very hard thing to do. So watch out with that. That's a very dangerous thing because I have people who get cardiac arrests.
Chris was just saying that he quit and he went cold turkey, and for 2 weeks he was worthless. And I mean, we know that feeling, but it's so worth it. And I'm not recommending you do that. Definitely talk to a doctor, because you could play havoc with your heart and everything else if you go cold turkey. But if you can do that, that 2 weeks or whatever the period of time is absolute hell on earth. But when you come through it, if you can ride it out, oh my God, you'll be a happy person afterwards. And Bean. Someone was talking about Butterbean versus Vader, MMA style, would have been a dream match. I don't think that would have been a good match for Vader.
No.
But I have to say, I'm kind of glad to see that comment, because, boss, here we are with Butterbean, one of the toughest men on earth, and all his comments tonight have been about cats and bidets. So now Butterbean's got a fight comment, and there we go. Yeah.
Well, bidet is working just fine, folks. I got the water temperature right. It's awesome.
That's great. Bean, did you know Vader?
I just gotta get one in the motorhome now. So once I get that done, I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated. I've already bought it. I just got to get it installed.
Let's see. I'm going to go for some alliteration here. I think we need the bi-weekly Butterbean bidet update. There we go. That's it. Here we are. Bean, do you
It was
know
the first question I asked when you logged us on.
Did you know Vader, Butterbean, or do you know?
Yeah, I've
you know
met Vader quite a few times.
Right. Did you ever? Did he ever? No. Leon was kind of a tough guy, for real, kind of. Did he ever do like the size you up thing at all, or was he just cool and respectful?
No, we just shot the shit and just talk a little bit, and you know how the back room it is. Just get to know each other a little bit.
Yeah. He's gonna do a big man, tough guy.
He was a big guy.
I don't
I've
think.
run into him in the airports a couple times, and it's like he's recognizable. Once you've met him in person, you know it's him.
Oh yeah.
But without
the mask.
He can slip by a lot of people though, or he used to.
Well, because he had the mask, of course. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Naturally. I don't think that'd been a good match for Vader. That's what I have to say.
Look what it says. We never got Boss versus Bradshaw. Guys, we were interviewing Bradshaw. We had him on this show. So go back a few shows, and then you can see us interviewing him. And we actually talk about the whole deal that happened.
And would it be fair to say, boss, that you can't say you and Bradshaw are friends because you're probably not talking regularly, but I would say you guys came away from that show with a mutual respect and liking for each other. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Do what, Rick?
I think we may have lost boss a little bit here. Did we lose boss a bit?
I think so.
Well, there.
Yeah,
oh, we did.
Gone for a minute. Just me and you, Rick. You and the funky mirror behind you.
We can do it. Boss will be back. We know.
Yeah, this last weekend I went to a charity event for cancer, and what they do is it's for children's charities. A lot of people don't realize that parents, a lot of times they don't get like food from the hospital. They have to pay for all their own. A lot of people can't afford it. So this corporation, this company I'm helping out, they will help get money to give to people for their daily needs. And then afterwards, they'll have a big retreat for the parents just to kind of get away and try to forget a lot of stuff that's happened.
And those things are amazing to do. I want to talk about this. I want to let boss know real quickly. It looks like I'm glad you're back. I think our on top of it producer John Paz put you on mute for a second. I think maybe you had two devices logged in at the same time. We heard a little bit of feedback, but we're good now, and we're glad you're back.
I was listening to you through this device because I couldn't. You were breaking up with my computer somehow, but I could hear you on my Facebook page, so that's why I was trying to follow what was going on. It's weird.
Okay.
Hey, look at the question now. Look at this. My wife will be sad to miss this. She had a crush on him for years. It's about you, Bean. We even have a homemade Butterbean bat spread. With a big bidet on it.
Hey, look, grab me, my little stuffed animal thing. I don't know if I showed them or not. Oh, did he? Yes. They're making wrestling buddies of me. I don't know if I showed you them yet or not.
Nope. What do you have?
And it's not a sex doll. It's definitely not a sex doll.
Okay. Let's see it. We're waiting. We're waiting for Miss Libby to bring it in. And boss, in the meantime, Butterbean has now added bedspreads to his cat and bidet list for the week. So this is good. Look at that. That's awesome.
Yeah. You go to the center.
That's fantastic. I love that. Boss, do you have one of those? Do you have a Boss Gruden doll?
Oh, look at that.
That's fantastic.
Come on.
How you doing today? So if I ever got to be out, I'll just put the camera up and that'll have to work for me.
That's fantastic. Boss, that's great. Do you have a Boss Gruden doll of any sort?
I think we lost him. No, we didn't lose him. There he is.
We kind of lost him. This is we have changing roles tonight. I have a good connection for once, right?
You got a great connection, Rick.
Because I'm not up in the hinterlands of Maui. That's why. Wow. So Bean, you were talking about this event you went to. Now, I was looking at it online. It looked like everybody else that was booked as one of the guest stars and as a speaker were all like from that cancer survivor and support world.
Yes,
How
it was.
so? How did you come to be on that event? Why were you contacted and booked for that?
Well, Joel, the guy that's over this organization, he lost his daughter to cancer,
Okay.
and he tries to help the families. You know, the hospitals take care of the kids, but he tries to help a lot with the families afterwards, during, and these other organizations are getting involved with him, so they're making it a big organization out of one. Well, let me rephrase that. They're combining several other organizations all into one, where they're all helping each other out, helping different parts and different things. Like the one girl, she donates toys to the kids year round, because they don't need it just during Christmas. And how that started, she gathered a bunch of toys for Christmas, took them down there. The hospital says, we don't need them, we got too many now. So Valentine's Day, she come back, she goes, okay, I'm bringing them now, and you're going to take them and give them to the kids one way or another. And she's given over $1 million of the toys away at this point now.
Wow. That's
So
great.
great. And she's only 20 years old.
Wow. Amazing. Is she
The funny thing, I met her dad, and her dad was like, yeah, I'm waiting on my daughter. She's coming. She's going to be one of the speakers. And the way he talked about his daughter, like she was 10 or 12, like he was there to chaperone her.
You're right. That's great.
He trusts me. He was there to chaperone her. He kept a sharp eye out on her. She's a very attractive lady. And kids made fun of her in school because she had problems. She had lost one of her eyes. I don't know if it was because of chemo or something, but she had lost one of her eyes, and kids picked on her. But I guarantee you now that because she turned out beautiful. I mean, she's absolutely inside and out a wonderful woman, and she's doing a really good deed.
Bean, if you wouldn't mind, I would love to be in touch with her, man. I think you guys know
I'll get her contact for you, because I think
that'd be great.
y'all can work good together.
Yeah, I have this other platform that I do called We Win, and it's for people suffering from cancer that are in stage 4, or people that have survived it and feel like their life is over and there's nothing left. And so I started that about a year ago, and it's probably my favorite thing that I do. And in March of next year, I'm actually hosting a retreat on Maui, and we're bringing in a bunch of people who have platforms that influence a lot of others in the cancer space. And it sounds like she'd be great to bring in for that.
I'm going to get you in with Joel too.
Yep.
And they're doing a big retreat to Jamaica for the parents of the kids.
Oh, fantastic. That would be great.
Some of them lost their kids, some of them didn't lose their children. But they're doing a big retreat, kind of let the parents just forget about life for that week.
Sure. Yeah, please connect me. That would be amazing. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. And
how I got started with the whole cancer thing, with the children's cancer. Back when I was fighting, they took me to Children's Hospital to give out toys to the kids, and it brought me so depressed, because most of the kids didn't know who I was. They're the wrong age group. They were younger kids, but I got a lot of emails and things, and it was on MySpace back in the day, from the parents. It cheered the parents up. And then I even got, whether it's 10 years down the line, how their children's in remission now. And I remember meeting that kid that was supposed to be terminal. They didn't expect him to live another 30 days. So, I mean, it made it well worth doing it. So, I mean, anything somebody can do to help out with that is really appreciated by a lot more people than you think.
Oh, God, yeah. The toughest people I know, probably some of them, are people that have fought that not only survived, but managed to maintain a positive attitude and inspire others at the same time. I was talking with this couple last week, and I wanted to run this by you. I think they'd be really good guests for us. Their names are Chuck and Hannah Keels. They're a married couple. They've both been stage 4. He currently is in remission. She is so in the thick of stage 4 brain cancer, lung cancer, breast cancer. And every weekend, practically, they're out on the road doing speaking engagements and appearances to inspire other people in the same space. and they're amazing. And Chuck in his days was something of a street tough, so he's kind of like that kind of tough guy. But for what they do now, I think if it wouldn't be too sad or too depressing, and I don't think it would be because they're pretty uplifting, they might be cool guests to have on here if you guys are up for something like that.
Yeah, I'm all for that, especially if it can help their cause.
Right on.
Yep.
Good. So, boss, man, I
Yeah,
would have
me
loved to
too.
have seen you at that party on Saturday. I know you probably didn't want to drive all the way to San Diego, but it was funny. You know who else was there? In addition to Mark Coleman and Don Fry and Chuck Waddell, Art One Glove Jimerson. Do you guys know who that is?
No.
This guy is a character. He was one of the 8 guys in UFC 1 in the tournament. He was Hoist Gracie's first fight ever in UFC. And the guy was a professional boxer, apparently. Didn't know what the event was, like everybody else that was there. Heard about this, like, jiu-jitsu thing. This is the way he told it to me. Heard about jiu-jitsu like 5 minutes before the match. Had never heard of it before. He was like, how do I fight this guy? So he made the on-the-spot decision to walk out to the ring with one bare hand and one 16-ounce boxing glove. And needless to say, the fight didn't go all that well for Art One Glove Jimerson. But what a character. Oh, my God. Good stuff.
I have his glove. I have a signed glove of Art in my gym. We had him on our show Inside MMA, and I always brought gloves to the studio because we always invite these fighters, and so I always let them sign something. So my gym has a lot of freaking gloves from all the fighters around the world. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
So, boss, if you took Art's one glove to have it signed, does that mean he's now Art No Gloves Jimerson? I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I took it away. Now I forced him into jiu-jitsu classes.
That's fantastic. Do you have a Butterbean glove in your gym?
Not yet. We need a Butterbean glove.
You have to get one. I'll get you one, boss.
All right, I love it. I got here. Look, I got these gloves. Normally, these are our gloves from the gym. Let me see.
In the meantime, boss, while you're looking for that, Shoot Proof wants to know how the palm tattoos are holding up.
The what?
A lot of noise.
Your boss's palm tattoos. He wants to know how boss's tattoos on his palms are holding up. There you go. Boss, that's a cool glove. They're holding up.
They're holding up. The thing is with the tattoos is this. So I did these tattoos. I put them on, right? First this one. And the people ask why. Well, the reason was, since I put this tattoo on, I never lost a fight anymore. So I thought, hey, it works. And this means ki or chi. There's both same kanji in Chinese, and in Japan it means power. So then I put this one on, and this is called Xiao, which means a long life. It's a very old Chinese kanji. Now, when I put this one on the first one, it grew out of it. You know, like a year later, it was out. So then I went back to my buddy who owned a tattoo shop, and I said, just go deep. I want you to put it deep in there. And that's what he did. And they never came out again. So it worked. By now, by law, I believe it's not legal anymore because some people did it. And apparently there's a lot of nerves in your hands. And it really messed up some people's hands. So by law, I believe you cannot do it on the palms anymore. So you need to find a friend. You need to go to Mexico.
No,
I would assume it'd be really easy to get infected.
No, because it doesn't bleed a lot. It's really weird. It's not painful. People go, oh, that's painful. I think the wrists, they were more painful than the ones on my palms. It was just like really annoying, like you're pressing with your nail in it. But that was it. That was I had a very cool tattoo on my shin bone, a snake, because I was born in the year of the snake. So I put a snake on my shin. But then when I started kicking with it, the whole thing became one blur, you know. So the face, I mean, didn't look anymore. Now, when I put that snake on, I was a Thai boxer, and I had zero pain in my shin. So they put that thing on. They said, "Oh, you're gonna feel this." I didn't feel a thing. They said, "Oh, you're acting." I said, "I swear to God, I'm not acting. I don't feel a thing. I didn't feel nothing." So then I started doing mixed martial arts, and I started kicking less, right? And then I had to, because it became one big blob. I realized, you know what? I'm going to put some colors around it, so to make it nice. And then I fell, dude. And now I knew what they were talking about because now my shins were not numb anymore. And they were going on the bone. I go, okay, yeah, that's not fun. But I did it. I bit through like a champion does, right?
Yes, sir. Bean, you don't have any tattoos, do you?
Yeah, I got one, Rick.
You do. What do you have?
It's actually it's a centerfold of Libby. Hold on, let me see if I can.
All right, let's see it. Yeah, I don't
There we
I
go.
remember this.
Whoop,
There we go. Why do I not remember that? How long you had that for?
I'm trying to get it to where you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go opposite way of the camera. It's super annoying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you something.
So if you think you have to go to the right, go to the left.
There you go. There you go.
There we go.
Keep coming, Bean. Keep turning.
Oh,
Keep
yeah,
turning.
yeah. There we
There
go.
we go.
Oh, I love it. She's wearing your shorts.
Yeah.
When did you get that tattoo? I don't remember that.
When did we get that, Liv? Hold on. Shit, I'm trying to get it. Hold on. I'm
Look
not
at
going to get this. There we go.
There we go. There you go. That's a screenshot. 1 second. 1, 2, and 3. That's a screenshot right there.
Got it.
I got it in the spring, Rick.
That's your first one ever.
That's my first one ever.
Look at that. Never too late. Never too late. Oh my. Oh, hey, Devin Hannibal Nicholson of the Hannibal TV. Huge show on internet, and a good friend of mine. Huge show on YouTube. He has over 250,000 subscribers.
Did
He
you
wants
guys
to
done
hear-
the show a couple times? Hannibal's a
Yeah,
good guy.
you know Hannibal. Well,
Good guy.
he wants to hear more of Butterbean's groupie stories, please. So you got to give us at least one. Come on, you're on the spot tonight, man.
I'm gonna stay away from him tonight.
All right, fair enough. Hannibal,
I've had
you
several
heard.
groupies, believe it or not.
Hannibal Bean says another time. He'll probably tell you in private one day. There you go. What's the question for boss? We'll see if it's something we want to ask. How's that? Put it up. Gosh. So boss, you said you are coming out this Saturday. You and your wife, yeah? Or Friday. I'm sorry.
I it's a really bad connection.
How are we now?
I was gonna
Yeah, now
come,
I
Rick,
can
but
hear
I
you
wasn't
again.
invited.
Well, Bean, you know what? I got to tell you this. I made the invite list about a month ago, and your name was actually on the invite list. The problem has been that Cameo's doing this for me, and everyone at Cameo's been so buried that the invitation finally got done today. So after the show tonight, I'm going to be sending out all these invitations at long last. So you were in no way excluded from the list, my friend. It just hasn't. That's all.
Yeah, same here. I still didn't have it, but it's because of the reason that he just said. So
Yep.
I trust you, Rich.
I'll be up late sending out invitations this evening. Yes. And Don Fry says he's coming from Arizona. That'll be fun.
Nice.
And we should have a good crew there. It's always a party when Don Fry's in the house. We know that.
Yeah, but Don is not drinking anymore, right?
He's
still not drinking.
Drinking a little bit again. Yep, a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Not bad. He was definitely well behaved on Friday. It was great to see him. To see him. Oh, his.
Tell him I said hi, Rick. I hadn't talked to Don in a while. Tell him I said hi.
I will, and I want to mention that Don and Dan Severn have a podcast together. That's matter of fact, they gave me a shirt. It's on the other side of the room. I'll get it in a minute. Their podcast has taken off, and they floated the idea of doing one joint show together one night, which might be kind of interesting. So it would be Butterbean and Boss Rutan and Shawn Ray and Don Fry and Dan Severn all together. Might be fun.
I would love that. And I called him twice because he wanted me on the show, and I said, listen, my product is out. I can't go on the show, but I never got a response from him anymore. So I'm going to see him on Friday, and then I will tell him because I will go to the studio in Arizona, to do the show.
Yeah, he's got 2 really good producers now. So they seem very on top of it. And they actually just reached out to me again today to follow up to try to schedule a date. So they seem to be pretty on top of things, which is really cool.
Nice.
So good for them.
Very
I do wonder, though, we all know Dan Severn pretty well. Now, we think I talk a lot. Oh, my God. How do you do a podcast with Dan Severn with anybody talking other than Dan Severn? That's what I'm wondering.
That is a guy who never ages, right? He's unbelievable.
He's a machine, man. He's like come out of everything unscathed. I mean,
Yep.
Here's a guy who was not only an MMA fighter, but a very active pro wrestler as well. And he's got to be pushing 60 now.
He's in
Easy.
And he's gone gray like the rest of us. But apart from that, that guy's in shape, man. And not only that, he's on point. I mean, he is such a sharp guy and a nice guy, and very, very businesslike, as you know. And when I say he talks a lot, that I said that affectionately, of course. But hey, he talks a lot. What can you say? It's all good. It's all good. It'll be fun to have him on.
He's
and then,
born in 58.
Oh, wow. And
63.
yeah, you're right. He doesn't
63
age.
years old.
The guy.
He's looking really good.
Crazy, right?
I think about a month ago, he's looking really good.
Unbelievable. Every time I see him, I go, how's your skin? Everything is good. Crazy.
Yeah. It's really nice to see like one of the guys from the OG era doing so well. It really is. It's nice to see that. Mark Coleman.
I've never known him as a big partier or anything like that either.
No.
So that makes a big difference.
For sure. Speaking of big partiers, Mark Coleman was there also, and you probably know Mark is sober now. He posts about it. He writes about it a lot.
They're a good while now. They're a good while.
Talk about a different guy. Oh my God! Wow. I mean, what an amazing positive change. Really, really nice to see. And he sends his regards to you guys as well.
Nice. Hey, I saw just a question from Bo, and he asked me about Grand Theft Auto. I was in Grand Theft Auto 4, and actually I have my own TV show. When you go to the safe house, it's called The Man's Room with Boss and Jeremy. I'm a complete psychopath in that thing. You go to YouTube and you say Boss GTA 4, and you want to watch that. Trust me, it's really funny. It's animated, but it's me doing it, of course. And they give me a whole script, and I chopped up the script in half pieces, so it sounds like I'm completely insane, which I actually am. When you watch it, you go like, this is not happening. Well, what I also did, and what nobody knows, not a lot of people know, is I did the motion cap. So all the fighting, the carjacking, the slapping, everything, that was myself and my buddy Amir Peretz. We did it, and we actually broke their a new grounds, because what happened was they want you to with these little balls on for the motion cap, right? You have to hit the air and you do all the combinations. And I go like, dude, that looks stupid because I'm hitting the air. It would be better if I hit something. He said, how do you want to do it? I said, well, we brought Thai pads with us. Let's see how it looks. So first I did it without, and they thought it looked great. And then I was hitting the Thai pads, and I heard them scream upstairs when they was watching, and they go like, dude, this is crazy. So then apparently from that moment on, everybody started doing that, because now you can literally see the impact coming back, and you see these people going down. It look much and much better. So yeah, I'm very, very honored that we came up with that little part. That's cool.
That's fantastic. I didn't know that you were in that, boss. I'm not a video game guy, but of course I know what Grand Theft Auto is. That's like the biggest game of all time, practically, right?
Made $600 million the first weekend, that one.
Wow. How much of that did you get for being in it?
No, nothing. Compared to that, nothing. But I got good. I had a good payday. But we had 5 days. We worked there. We worked very hard. But the TV show, really, do me a favor, man. YouTube, GTA 4, Boss Wooden. You're gonna laugh. It's very funny.
Bean, are you a video gamer?
Also, like when you do appearances, people will get you to sign things from the game also, which there's money to be made in the afterwards.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Bean, Billy Doyle wants to know why you didn't do more wrestling, pro wrestling.
I was fighting so often. I mean, I was fighting at least once to 3 times a month. Pro wrestling money to fight money, it just wasn't comparing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, when you did wrestle, starting with Hulk Hogan Celebrity Championship Wrestling, did you like it?
Well, I did. I actually worked with Vince before then.
Well, as
Yeah.
a fighter, I know that, but as a pro
No,
wrestler.
as a wrestler, me and Mark Miro had a skit where I stole Sable from Mark Miro.
Oh shoot, that's right. I forgot about that. That's right.
I did about 6 big pay-per-views with him prior to that.
Oh,
And
wow.
you had matches with Mark Miro then.
Right.
And were they mainly like boxing type matches?
Boxing / wrestling, yeah.
Because he was a Golden Gloves guy himself, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, people remember Boss. I don't know if you remember Mark Miro or not. He was a guy from WCW called Johnny B. Bad, and he looked exactly like Little Richard when Little Richard was younger. So they gave him the name Johnny B. Bad after Little Richard's one of his big songs, Johnny B. Good. And then when he moved over to WWF, he became Mark Miro, which is his real name. And he had a pretty good run there. And he had this valet with him, his wife, beautiful. And, she was his little sidekick. And eventually she went like this and became like the biggest star in the company. And under the name of Sable, who is now,
Oh,
for
wow.
trivia purposes, who's Sable married to now?
Brock Lesnar.
Very good. You got it. That's right. It's now Mrs.
I'll tell you
Lesnar.
what we do. We should get a hold of Mark, have him on the show. He's now a huge motivational speaker,
Yep.
and he's very, very good. I don't know if you've listened to him. He's a very good motivational speaker. We should. The stories he could tell, I think it would impact somebody's life.
That's great. I've not listened to him, but I've heard that he's very good. I've heard that many times. And oddly enough, he's one of the very few guys from that era I never met even one time. So I think it'd be a blast to have him on. Can you reach out to him, Beam?
I'll see if I can get a hold of him. I haven't talked to him in a while. I used to talk to him all the time, but we were pretty good friends at one time. I'll try to get a hold of him, right?
Look at that, boss. Guys that had a rivalry in pro wrestling were actually good friends. How'd that happen? I thought they were enemies.
Nice.
You just shattered all my illusions about pro wrestling right there, Butterbean.
Funny story. We're departing our ways at the airport. Mark and his wife Sable's going home, and Rena, which is Sable, had a big black eye where a horse kicked her, and that was the whole thing. How Mark was abusing her, and I come in, I was stealing her from him, and I look at Mark dead in the eye and I go, Mark, if you ever hit her again, he was like freaked out because he actually thought I really thought he had hit her with the horse, and she's like, no, Butterbean, no, horse really. And I looked at her and winked at her, and then she knew. But Mark actually thought I was really about to whip his ass.
That's fantastic, man. You worked him good, huh? You worked him. That's really good. I love it.
It's hard to get one over on a veteran wrestler also.
Absolutely. You got to straight face the hell out of him, that's for sure. And obviously you did a good job of that, no doubt. And
hey, boss, I want to know how your neck's doing. How's your neck doing, boss?
My neck is doing great. The only thing, my problem with my neck is the nerve damage that I had to my arm. So that's why my arm is a smaller arm. It's atrophied. It came back like I talked in the past. I couldn't even pull a trigger from a gun. So it was very weak. I couldn't snap my fingers. Couldn't do that for a very long time. Couldn't even chopsticks. I couldn't do anything. So that was really freaky. That was mentally not so good for me because I really started overtraining my left and my right now, my legs, because I thought, what if I get into a freaking street fight? I'm going to have only 3 weapons. Well, 4 with the headbutt included, of course. But I never had pain, and I do have 4 plates here. You can see the whole scars here, and I got 4 plates in the back. So they had 4 surgeries in total. I can pull up a picture really fast. They have a little bit of an idea what my neck looks like because it's crazy. But no pain. Thankfully, no pain, only weakness. And a lot of that weakness that came back. Well, not a lot. 40% came back. But I take it because that's my neck.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
While I was at the hospital with the x-rays, I go, you know what? Make an x-ray of my knees as well. So these are my knees.
You're like the $6 million man there. The
bionic.
No. Look good. You don't see it? It's a joke. What do you see in the middle hanging? And it always works because I always start with the neck, and then you show it to women, and they go like, "Oh man, your niche," and they go like, "Oh," suddenly they realize it's the big penis hanging in the middle. It's funny.
So being now for sure we have to book Tom Howard on the show because Tom will outboss Boss with the penis jokes all night long. You'll never see him coming, Boss.
It was my neck.
Now that I thought that was a photo of a penis right there.
Yeah, a lot of staples in there.
That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah,
Boss,
crazy stuff.
how do you like wrestling in New Japan?
I loved it. I had a really good time doing it. I had the biggest compliment. I don't know if I told you on the show. People compare me. The Wrestling Observer, Dave Meltzer, said that I look like a young Lou Thesz. So
Wow.
that was apparently when I asked my friends. He said that's the biggest compliment you can ever get because that guy was an animal. So it was really cool. I had really good reactions, but unfortunately it came to an end. But I would have loved to do that a little bit more. I got more injuries than I had ever had in fighting. I have to admit that.
Yep.
But once I get used to it, it was less injuries. But I had some really great matches. Tokyo Dome, 60,000 people. I mean, it was a lot of fun.
How many matches did you have roughly for New Japan? Do you know?
I would say like 12.
Okay.
12 matches. Yeah.
And
I fought for the title twice.
Sorry?
I fought for the title twice. There's one video, and I tried to find it, and I can't find it. And this is where they used the Matrix effect. So what they had on top of the ring, they had like all these cameras. We're talking about 80 cameras, all little ones. And then there was this moment that this guy sits on his knee. So I run up, and I step with one foot on his knee, and I knee him in the face. And as soon as I knee him in the face, the picture freezes, and then it goes 360 around like the freaking Matrix. And then boom, he goes down. And I did also with a high kick. I have a really good timing. I used to kick cigarettes out of people's mouths with spinning back kicks. So if I kick you in the head, it looks like I kick you in the head. And it was a really beautiful vlog right in the head. And they frame it, and it goes 360 around you. And then boom, the guy goes down. And I can't find the freaking video, but it's out there somewhere. So if somebody can find it,
please. I'm not familiar with it. I'll bet you our producer, John Paz, if he doesn't have it, I'll bet he can find it. He's like the ultra whiz with that stuff. John,
I would love to have that one.
Yeah, John, if you can find it, share it with us, please. I'd love to see that. And who'd you work with? Who were some of the big Japanese stars?
Oh man, all these names. I mean, it's been a while ago. It was my crazy time also, Rick. It was the time that I was more drunk than I wasn't drunk. So it's like, I mean, with Don Fry there, with China, we were there, with the Steiner brothers. I mean, I remember we went to a Korean barbecue place in the Tokyo Dome Hotel, and the Scott Steiner wanted to have chicken, and they said there's no chicken. He says bullshit, there's chicken, and the guy says no, there's no chicken, and he gets up and he walks into the kitchen, and we hear rah, rah, people screaming, right? And he comes back with a full plate of chicken, and he puts it on the table, and he starts making it.
That's great.
Freaking awesome, these people.
The
first time,
he's a trippy guy, man. Scott Steiner, no doubt. And,
dude, listen. Wait, it's a funny story. So I'm sitting. What did I do first? Oh yeah. So I'm sitting in a chair just like this by myself. I have a room by myself, right? A warm-up room. Nobody's there, and I'm sitting and I'm bored. So I'm doing in my chair. I go this. I'm just making those sounds, right? And I'm moving around the whole time in my chair. So suddenly I turn to the door, and Scott Steiner stands there, and he looks at me and he goes, "Stop doing drugs, boss. Stop doing." And he keeps walking, right? So then later we in the dressing room and with the Steiner brothers, and I say, "I found something out. It's really weird. If you with your tongue do this, and you look at the TV screen, the whole TV screen gets blurry, right?" So I go like. I said, "Scott, so look at the TV. Do that." And he looks at me. He goes, "I told you to stop doing drugs, boss."
But boss, yeah. I never realized to this moment that people in pro wrestling were involved with alcohol and drugs. Another big surprise. Right?
Yeah. All these guys. It
Scott
is insane.
Steiner is freaking nuts. That's a guy we got to talk to here on Talking Tough. I've always wanted to get, for some reason, Scott Steiner and Mark Coleman together. I don't know why. They remind me a lot of each other. I think maybe we should try to get them on the same show. That might be entertaining.
That would be funny. Yeah, I would love that. Dude, great times, man. Tokyo Dome Hotel with China. We had so much fun. Man, she's so awesome. Freaking up, picking up the referee above her head in the hotel room when they were going through the match. I was like, holy crap! Just lifts him up above his head.
I miss those days, man. Being the first time I went to Japan for mixed martial arts, I don't remember who the whole crew was we flew over with, but I do remember Boss was part of the crew, and we were at the upstairs bar in the airport before the flight. You get there early for international flights, you know that. And Boss, over the years, I guess we start to exaggerate numbers, but I'm pretty sure, like in the half hour we were in the restaurant, I think you drank like 13 beers, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And by the time we got to Japan, you had definitely cleared all the whiskey out of the airplane. I remember that. I don't know if I'm sure that was not an unusual day for you. And it was a big trip. And being, you know how it is, you fly there, you're crazy jet lagged, right? I'm lying on my bed about midnight, just after finally laying down, and the phone rings, and it's like, Rick, it's Boss, we're going out. And I was like absolutely dead to the freaking world, but like I'm in Japan for fighting for the first time. If Boss Rutan calling me, doesn't matter how tired I am, I'm going. And oh my God, Boss, yeah, Boss is like the king of Roppongi, that's for sure. I mean, everywhere, Wall Street and gas panic, man. Like we have to wait in the lines, we didn't have to buy any drinks. That was good times, Boss. That was a great way to get broken into Roppongi by you. So thank you for that, I think.
You're very welcome. I had this thing with, I was dancing on the bar at Gas Panic or something, and it was the two of these big, giant guys from Ethiopia, but bodyguards, and they went to Pat Miletich, and they said, could you please ask him if he goes off the bar? And he goes, you ask him. And he goes, no, we're not going to ask him. It was hilarious. I mean, I heard that story from Pat. Pat told me that. Yeah, we had a good time there, man. I have so many crazy stories there. I got run over by a freaking car, right? By a cab. I got flew through the air. I mean, people running to me. I mean, Josh Gross is there. Jeff Sherwood, I think. This was the first time we went to a party, and that I, believe it or not, after 3 drinks said, you know what? I'm going to go home. I have something, maybe otherwise it's going to go wrong. So everybody was like, what? So Josh and Jeff say, okay, we go with you. So I'm walking on the street, not being drunk. This is the first time. So I guess when you drink, then you always have the luck. And instead of the traffic coming from the right, it comes from it doesn't come from the left, it comes from the right. And I'm standing up, and I just walk on, and this big van comes, and it hits me, and I see it. I just see it, and as soon as I see it coming, I jump up. So I figured that I hopefully would get flying over, and I did, man. I flew over the whole cab, over the van, landed on my back, and I remember everybody running to me. They go, oh my God, and they thought I was dead. And then everybody was standing there and said, whoa, relax. One second. I go, nah, no internal damage. I think I'm okay. And everybody started laughing. I go, this was the crazy. I had a big piece of meat out of my hip from the road. My whole pants was open. It was like a whole open wound. But that was the only thing I had. No broken bones, no nothing. I have no clue how that was possible.
Amazing, yeah. Man. That's incredible. And Boss, I got to go to Japan with Butterbean a bunch of times. And Bean was on the final show ever for Pride. So 70,000 people probably. You know how the indoor domes are there. And it was a stacked show. I mean, every major star in the company was on that show. That's where Bean got his submission victory over Zulu. And you know what was great? You have all the biggest Japanese stars there. It's a 99% Japanese audience. And by far, the biggest reception, the fan favorite that night of everybody was Butterbean. You should have heard the ovation when he came out. And when he got that submission, oh my God. I thought they were going to roof off the place. That was pretty crazy.
I remember the first conversation Bean and I had on the plane when we went to Prince George, I believe it was, in Canada. You know, and that's where we met on the plane. And then you were talking about that you just got submitted in Japan by this little guy. I go, what was his name? And he goes, Genki Sudo. I go, that's my student. And he goes, mother, leg lock. Because that guy was a freak, dude. I mean, he was so good on the ground. Amazing fighter.
He's probably my single favorite fighter of all time. I just, I loved his entrances, everything about the guy. He was just like so entertaining, but so like and theatrical, but so good at the same time. And I'll never forget that fight. I mean, Genki had exactly the right strategy against you, being for sure. I'm sure you've thought about that since, because he wasn't going to stand up with you. That would have been suicide for him.
Oh yeah.
And what I remember, boss, and being this is my memory, so correct me if I'm wrong. But when you're on the ground and he grabbed you in the heel hook, I remember Bean having a look on his face like, what is this? Like, he didn't even know what was, like, happening.
No, I had very, very limited MMA. Any ground, I had very, very limited at that time.
I mean, you were getting heel hooked and probably didn't even know what a heel hook was, right?
I sure as hell didn't know how to get out of it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, my first leg lock submission was a toe hold that they applied on me. And same thing as you. I didn't know even what it was. I knew it hurt, but I didn't know what it was.
Right.
It was the same. I just saw this question from Chris Sloan with the fatal entrance at Pride Fighting Championship when I started singing along. You know, and people always ask me, I never plan these things. It's really weird. Like a song starts, and if I like the song, I just start singing with the song. And thankfully, in Pride, they allowed me to do whatever I wanted to do. You know, so we had a really good time always. So that was great. Yeah. So yeah, Chris, that was a really good time.
Let's see, Chris Sloan, boss. Serious question. Can Chris tell people who screw with him that you and he are friends, so they won't screw with him? That's a question. That's a question Chris is asking you.
That's right, man. Chris Sloan, we go back a long time, brother. I mean, how long do I know you? Since you were 6 years old. Somebody touches you, you better believe I'm going to come after that person, all right? And cut. And now you make this video, you put it in one clip, and you give it to that person.
That's thinking on your feet right there. I like that.
Cameo right there.
Hey, Bean, you want to do a quick stand-up for Chris Sloan also in his bullies?
Yeah, what likes to do?
For Chris Sloan, the guy that's having trouble. Maybe he needs to hear from Maybe his bullies need to hear from Butterbean also.
Hey, Chris, you know what? I hate bullies. I really do. So if you need any help, Chris, hey, I got you back, my friend. Anytime you need help, I got you. I'm not joking either.
Chris Sloan, I think you're covered, man. Your troubles
I think so
should be
too.
over. Your troubles should be over. That's fantastic, man. That's very good. It's too bad Shawn isn't with us tonight, because Shawn could have flexed for Chris Sloan, and who knows what that would have scared off. That's all good.
That's it. That's enough. A little chest action, and he can do that much better than I do.
Yeah,
okay.
Right, guys. Well, guys, we're at an hour. Wow, that went fast. Holy cow!
Well, guys, I think that I'm gonna have surgery pretty soon. I had something happen just recently that's never happened before. It's kind of a delicate situation. Libby's laughing. It's not funny.
It's gonna be good.
Well, yeah, it's kind of it's very painful. Trust me.
It's down below, I guess.
So we hadn't fooled around a week or so, week and a half, and I got really excited, and I got overexcited, and my penis split. It ripped in half.
Oh God!
It ain't funny. This is bad.
You what?
I never had that. The skin just ripped in half. I don't know what to do. I haven't gone to the doctor yet. I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but I don't know what to do.
Go to the doctor. The doctors are for.
Just to be amused. I mean, it's quite painful, believe it or not.
I believe it. Oh my God! Wow. You should go to the doctor. You know,
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go pretty soon.
You know what I found most astounding about this story is, you and Libby have been married for how long now?
Well, it's just been a while, 30-something years.
30-something years, and you didn't fool around for a week. That was a long time. Every other married couple out there right now is going, what? Right? Oh my God.
I remember back when I was training in the gym, and my trainer was saying, oh, it's been almost a month. I'm going, dude, at least once, maybe twice a day. You know, I've always been an nympho. That's probably my downfall. Even when I was fighting, I mean, I got on a regular basis, but yeah, a week's a long time, Rick.
Well, Margaret Phillips, our listener, is encouraging you to get it checked out, Bean.
Yeah. It's so if you do it weekly and more than weekly, I would check it out because if it's not going to stop, I don't think it's going to be good for you.
Well, I haven't done that since. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not like. Yeah.
Yeah, show the people at home. Stand up. Show what
No,
it looks like.
No. We'll save that for a different time. Wow.
I just saw somebody.
Video the doctor's appointment.
There you go.
Somebody just asked me, he says, I want to chill. And I don't know if you guys know what it is, but I made a song and it's called I Want to Chill. And it starts like this.
Hello? Yeah, baby, it's me. Now, whoa, relax. Come on, you know I've been training hard for this fight. What do you mean, what fight? Hey, don't tell me that you didn't watch it, huh? You didn't.
What's the lyrics? Here we go.
Why do you think I call you now? Because I want to chill. I want to relax. I want to chill.
And here we go.
And maybe have some sex.
Yeah, boss, this is you? This is your song?
That's my song. You know what happened was we were recording the El Guapo song. I have a really funny song that's called the El Guapo song.
I remember the El Guapo song, yes.
I came up with that song actually at my last fight. And while we're doing that, we got tanked. And so we're in the studio and we're completely trashed. And my buddy plays this track. There's a little bit like Take a Walk on the Wild Side. You know, it was a little bit like that track. And I go, dude, we should So I start writing down really fast. And I just started talking and did something, right? So the next morning we wake up. And I remember I'm laying in the studio with my face flat on the floor. I'm looking up and the computer is down and the chairs are down. And my friend lays also on the couch. He's completely crushed. So I'm finding a bottle, like a plastic bottle, a water bottle. And I throw it at him. And he wakes up and I go, dude, what happened? He goes, yeah, we got crushed, right? I go, yeah, we did. I said, did we record another song? And he goes, yeah, I think I do. So he grabbed the computer and he put it back up and we listened. And it was this freaking song. Now, I had to cut a few bad words out and things that I was saying, you know, but then it became this song. And it's pretty funny. If you go to YouTube, you say, I want to chill, Bas Rutten, you can find the song. But if you do that, also go the El Guapo song from Bas Rutten. That's a funny song as well.
Yeah, I remember the El Guapo song. We were in.
For you. Hold on.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
To the other side. More. Oh, gee.
Can I get that checked out?
Whoa.
Oh,
dude, that's not good, dude.
Wow.
That's not good. You're an animal. I mean,
It's not funny, but it ain't funny, my friend.
It ain't funny, but we're all laughing, and we're thinking that maybe you should go to the doctor after all. Might not be
I think I will.
Not a horrible idea.
Need
no.
stitches. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, forget about my neck injury and all these cuts in my neck. Whatever. That's peanuts.
Boss, you know what I love? It's like on the show every week.
Oh man, that's going to be a screenshot from that picture. You know it is.
Oh no, you know it. That's going viral. Bean's like the silent, smiling giant on our show. You notice that? You know, he says less than all of us, but man, you know, you got to think about it. He'll talk about anything, right? I mean,
he doesn't give a crap. He doesn't give a crap. It's the best thing from you, man. You are freaking honest. I love it. Freaking awesome person, man. I'm really stoked.
Don't ask. I'll tell you.
That's fantastic, man.
Man.
Guys, should we take it home for the evening? What are you all thinking?
I think we got anybody lined up for next week yet, Rick?
Yeah, we do. It's our old friend Tom Howard, and you know,
awesome.
Tom's not a famous guy. He's known. He's definitely known in the wrestling circles, the fighting circles. I'm not even going to say it. That would have been a bad attempt at humor, but he's known in a lot of circles. You know what I was going to say? There was actually there was a gay porn star named Tom Howard, and I will not let Tom off the hook on that. I'm like, I know it was you, and I've been on that for years, and we may have to discuss that with him next week. But you know what I love about Tom, and talk about honest. Oh my God, this guy's about as straight up and as interesting as they come. So, folks, if you don't know him, just get ready for a really interesting discussion. And he's friends with all of us here, and it should be a good time.
Yep.
Does Shawn know Tom?
He may not, probably not. And we'll have to get Tom prepped maybe to go at Shawn a little bit. See if we can ruffle Shawn's steely demeanor a bit. That could be fun. We'll get him going. Well,
guys, you have an awesome evening.
Yeah,
I'm
you guys.
I'm gonna go soak something in the tub and get it all. Epsom salt, I was told, is good. So
Epsom salt is good, and the doctor's visit is very good. So make sure that you check that thing out. Didn't look good.
You guys, really good to see you. Thank you for
have a
breaking
good
the
evening.
week here. See you soon.
Godspeed.